urine, all the good stuff.
Wow.
Dude, I can't believe you said all good stuff after urine. That's bad, dude. That is so bad.
I think we found a little nasty fetish on Fluski. I
Oh
want to make a video on
no!
that. Here come a diss
It's
video.
coming out.
Oh, he's got a little R. Kelly in him. All right, well, you guys ready? I don't want to keep Crap Gamer all night. Man, I can't talk today. You guys ready for the intro?
Yeah.
Let's
He's
do
like,
it.
yeah, let's do this. All right, guys. What's going on, people, and welcome to the next podcast, episode 11. Guys, we have a really good show for you today. We have a very special guest. We have a lot of great topics. I'm just want to get into it, like hit off the intros real quick. And of course, when we have a guest, we're gonna introduce this man first. This guy is such a hard worker on YouTube. He's the one and only that I know that does daily content on his channel. Show some love. This guy, like, I don't know, just an incredible YouTuber. Yo, everybody show some love. It's the Crap Gamer.
Yeah, what's up, bitches? How's everyone doing tonight? Or actually this afternoon. I'm not used to really doing many 6 o'clock podcasts. I do Crossfire, but yeah, this is definitely interesting, and I'm happy to actually be a part of this on like a different group of people. So it's very humbling. Thank you guys for inviting me on here. I very much appreciate it, and thanks everybody for stopping by and watching. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. There's a lot of good topics coming your way. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Crap. Thank you. Man, I was so happy when you accepted the invite and everything. I know this is gonna be a great show, dude.
Oh, I'm sure, man.
All right, going down the line. I want.
Hey, wait, whose footage is this we're watching? Oh, okay, that's mine. Shit.
Oh,
there I am.
Crap
you saw
Gamer
that
plays
full,
games.
full court goal.
Oh, okay,
in
that's
soccer
that's my full fucking court goal. Yeah, I was like, hell yeah. Yeah, kick ass, man. Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, you went balls deep with next podcast because you offered up gameplay and everything, and dude, I really appreciate that. You are gonna be in the voting as well for whoever had the best gameplay this episode. So.
Oh, awesome, man! I look forward to it. No, that's pretty kick ass to see like some of my gameplay up there while we do the
good,
podcast.
Man.
Yeah, it's pretty kick ass, man. I appreciate it.
Dude, it's looking good, man.
Oh man, I recognize my footage from Sunset Overdrive too, man. I fucking recognize that anywhere because I got my little furry hat on. Look, there I am, looking all good. Like, hell yeah.
Yo, with the claw mitts and everything too, man. So that's awesome.
There's some Ravens. Of course, that'd be me, man. That's my team, man. Tearing the shit out of Pittsburgh. That's good. That's a good thing right there. Anytime you can show me beating the Steelers, man, that's what I'm talking about.
Scoring points already with the gameplay, guys. Let's go down the line. Let's go to last week's gameplay winner. You guys know this man. You know, you got to show him some respect. I mean, he uses a chinchilla fur coat as an air conditioner in July. And that is my boy, TheDon.
Hey guys, I'm excited to be here. Excited to have Crap on. He had a lot of fun topics today, so I'm fired up.
Yeah,
is this
definitely.
brute force?
Yes.
Oh hell yeah, man!
Who brought brute force in here, man?
Hell yeah, man! OG Xbox. You know what? I need to go back and do some more. Sorry, I know you're doing introductions, but I'm just like, cool. I haven't fucking seen this stuff in forever. So it's like, yeah, I'm like, damn, brute force. Damn, man, I got to go back and do some more of this like old school stuff because it's always a lot of fun for me to go back. It doesn't usually get a lot of views, but personally, from a satisfactory point of view, I actually enjoy that a lot. Somebody's messing with their mic, but yeah, like I love going back and like doing the retro stuff. But yeah, it's fucking like brute force, man. Come on,
Yeah,
don't
come
get
on.
much better than that. Shit.
I knew this would be a winner, man. I mean, it's a title that's really really loved in the Xbox community, and like when I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness. I could pretty much I'm going for probably second place today on gameplay. But let's
Wow,
go.
you're not even in the voting.
Oh, and you know, I was going to introduce you first, but I think next. I should probably take you last now, but
Yeah.
no,
Go ahead.
no. Yo, it is the first lady of Next Podcast, the creator of nextpodcast.com, and what an incredible job she does with that. It's Oh Snap Suckers.
Why, thank you so much. Crap, we are so excited you're here. I had this whole, oh my god, Crapgamer thing planned, but I was like, nah, I can't do that. Nah, I just did.
I get that a lot
Never
when
mind.
I do like the game night, right, with She Wolf and GKB. And the funny thing is there's a little bit difference. Like I'm like, do I go in there? Am I all like, what's up, motherfuckers? A crap gamer, pony leg breaker extraordinaire? Where I'm like, do I just be like more myself, which is a little bit more reserved? Oh, I think I'm about to lay down my
Oh yeah.
my ultra combo, yeah. But no, it's
Watching that gameplay.
it is like so yeah, so I'm like, do I do that? But when I did that, like I've done like the game night, if it's people I know, I'm more relaxed and I talk a lot. But if it's other people where I've had people go in there and they're like, oh my god, crap, that still freaks me out because I'm not a big YouTuber, I'm like a smaller YouTuber, but it's like it's cool that like my voice is able to kind of go out there as be like a positive Xbox voice, and that still blows me away when I get messages when somebody's like, you're my favorite YouTuber or whatever, you know what I mean? Like to me, that's like, holy shit, really?
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? I'm like, there's so many YouTubers out there, and it's like, it's definitely awesome that people think that or that get excited. Like, I'm always surprised, and I'm like, people are excited that I'm on their podcast. That's weird. You know what I mean? Like, that is, but I really appreciate it.
Well, we're happy to have you here, and I hope everyone enjoys the show.
Hell yeah,
Definitely.
thanks.
Definitely. And let's move down the line. I want this next guy. I am so glad to have him back. He wasn't with us last week. Very smart guy, and he's the creator of Xbox News for Xbox Gamers. It's a Facebook community group, and of course he has that guy Kelvin Brandon in his back pocket that brings Xbox news that I've never even seen before. Big major shout out to my boy NewarkNJ.
What's good, everyone? It's good to be back. Another week after missing a week. Glad to be back with everybody. Really looking forward to the topics this week. Hope everybody enjoy. And it's I'm honored to be in the podcast with Crap. You know, like I'm a big fan, so looking forward to discussing these topics today with you, man.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Awesome.
Nice. And of course, my second in command on Halo 5. This dude is a true gamer. He's a Halo advocate for sure, and that is my boy Fooskis.
Yo, what's up? Glad to be here. You know, like everybody else said, it's an honor to be in a podcast with Crap. You know, we've all been listening to you for
we're
a while.
all honored to be in a podcast with Crap.
Even Crap's honored to be in a
And
podcast
I'm gonna
with
do
Crap.
my
Let's
best,
be real
my
about that, man.
absolute best.
How you
to,
doing, Crap?
To make sure I don't mute my mic.
Yo, bitch, I'm pretty good. How you doing? Oh, man, I'm good. It's good. Let's go. Let's do it.
Do
Yeah,
it.
no doubt.
Yep.
All right, last but not least, man, it's that YouTuber that's just trying to talk to the intelligent gamers out there. Coming off fresh off one of Zaire's podcasts, which, you know, he is running one pretty much daily.
Yeah.
My boy K Mega 405.
What up, everybody? You know who this is. And, man, I can't wait to get into the topics. Look, I'm glad the Crap is here, but hell with the Love Fest. I'm ready for Crap's throat. I want to win this week's podcast with my video game play.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? It's enough of the ass licking. Let's get to some real shit.
There we go.
Let's go. Let's go. No, let's go. I'm excited, though, man. It's good to have you on, Crap.
Oh, no problem, man. Thank you.
All right, guys. The first topic I want to get into today is it's a Marvel thing, man. They just recently kind of like ported over a couple games, Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Ultimate Alliance 2. Now, I bought a 360 pretty much day one. The Ultimate Alliance game was a very early 360 game, and it seems that when they ported this over, and they're porting it over for the PC, the Xbox One, and I believe the PlayStation 4. They did a half-ass job with it. They ported it over broken. A bunch of technical things are going on. If you buy it on Xbox One, the achievements weren't even working. I mean, they didn't even upgrade the game pretty much at all. Like maybe a couple light touches here and there to graphics. But all in all, they didn't really do anything to it. And like I said, individually, they are selling this game individually, $40 a piece, and then they have a bundle that's $60. Now, Marvel came out and said that they are recommitted to, making quality video games under the Marvel license. And I want to go down the panel, and I want to see what you guys think about this whole Ultimate Alliance thing. To me, it looks like they're definitely stepping off on the wrong foot here if they want to gain any confidence with any future titles. And of course, we have our special guest. So, Crapgamer, what do you think about this news with the Ultimate Alliance and how they just kind of didn't do anything to it, ported it over broken, and then they want to charge you an arm and a leg for such old titles, man? What do you think about this?
I think that there's a deeper meaning to what's going on. I think that because they're close with Sony, that they could have easily, had they not been so close with Sony, they could have made these games backwards compatible on Xbox One. They're just ports anyway. So why not just make them backwards compatible on the Xbox One? Why? Oh, because they want to make that money, and Sony doesn't have a backwards compatibility option. So I believe that's probably why we're seeing these. And they did the same thing with some other games. Activision right now have taken the place of EA, in my opinion, as a developer or a publisher that is completely like ripping, anti-gamer, ripping people off. Look, these things would have been maybe okay at like $20 each, right? But $40 each or $60 for two, get out of here. You know what I mean?
Fucking
Like,
crazy, dude.
it is. You want people to be reinvested in this franchise, which we would be, right? Like I even mentioned this a month or so ago. Where are these games? Marvel's huge again, right? Like all these movies, and we haven't seen any of this stuff since the resurgence of the Marvel movies.
I mean,
so where are these games? It would make sense. And now it's like this would be a good way to just get people excited about these again, and you could just do them for a cheaper price. But they're just like, holy shit, you know what I mean? $40 each or $60. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? And they're broken to boot. And I remember playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 on my 360, and I thought it was the game, even though it was brand new. But my achievements wouldn't unlock on that game, right? Like nothing would work right. So apparently that's still an issue in this game. So I'm not sure what the hell the deal is.
And it's funny because Ultimate Alliance 2, Ultimate Alliance 1, I played it because I'm a Marvel fan and they had my Marvel characters. It wasn't, let's be honest, it wasn't the best game. Like the upgrades and stuff were like minimal, at least looking at best. But Ultimate Alliance 2, they kind of kicked it up with the visuals. They brought you closer to the characters. It was a game that I actually liked, but for them to really go in and kind of definitely cash grab, and you make a good point, Crap, with their relationship with Sony. I actually didn't even think about that, man. Very good point. I do want to hit up K Mega though. Yo, K Mega, what do you think about this Ultimate Alliance bundle? Selling them $40 a piece individually, $60, for the bundle, and then shipping it out broken, man. What do you think about this?
Just the money grab, and for true gamers, it's just something that we'll just skip until the next good game come out. That's how I look at it. There's no reason for an old game to be that much. I mean, if Marvel's gonna try to get the gamer, the true gamer consumer to buy their games again, then they got to do a lot better than what they're doing with this. I'm not a big fan of the last Marvel Alliance myself. The first one was cool, but to come out to be $40 a piece is just absolutely asinine.
Yo, to me, with Marvel, this is the second bad step they've done ever since they said they're rededicating themselves. And I know I'm a pro Xbox dude and stuff like that, but with looking at what they call Spider-Man PS4, I don't see a reason why you would have a game like Spider-Man be exclusive to one console. So
let me make that point though. But Spider-Man is the property of Sony. I think that's the reason why.
So you think there was kind of like a restriction there because it's the film is being done through Sony motion pictures and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, they have a deal. Sony and Marvel have a deal to where Marvel will produce the movie and try to implement them to go with the Avengers and things like that. But but Sony still owns that property. So I think that that's one of those incentives that they were like, okay, once they did the collaboration together, they was just like, hey, let's just go ahead, let's make this Spider-Man game, but we just wanted to just primarily be on our console.
Okay.
So I think that's the one reason.
Well, me as a Marvel fan as well as a gamer, I can if that was one of the stipulations in letting Marvel come in and kind of like direct the new Spider-Man movie, I'll kind of let that slide. Not like my word is gonna do anything like move mountains or anything like that, but I'll kind of let that slide. I can see that. But this whole alliance thing to me is absolute bullshit. Oh snaps! What do you think about this bundle of these games are so much older and they're basically $40 a piece, $60 for the bundle. What do you think about this?
The fact that they're $40 a piece and 60 for the bundle is ridiculous. I mean, obviously you would just get the bundle, but I'm with K Mega when he said it's just a money grab, and quite frankly, I've never played any of them, so I wouldn't play these.
I got you. Well, I mean, oh snaps! Like, are you a Marvel fan? Do you like the Spider-Mans, the Avengers, and stuff like that?
It's iffy. I mean, there's so many different like Spider-Man things, and I don't know.
I'll let everybody know she's a Harley Quinn fan now.
Splattered.
Suicide Squad. That's her thing right now.
No, that's been my thing, and that will be my thing, and that's it.
All right. Yo, Foos, what do you think about them, shipping these older games? First of all, porting them over with really no improvement at all, porting them over broken, and then charging people an arm and a leg to buy them.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Because I was actually, I used to like the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games, and I mean, I didn't ask them to come back, but I was gonna try spend that much money on something I've already played. They could have given it to us in backwards compatibility, and that's what shows you that it's all about the money.
All right, so now with them coming out with these games, Foos, do you think like they'll ever come out on backwards compatibility? Ever?
I doubt it. They're gonna keep trying to get their money.
Yeah, definitely.
But they will come. But they will come another way, and that is by emulator. Watch that gameplay coming up soon.
All right, everybody, time when he brought up emulator, because for people who don't know, I call K Mega the king of emulators. When he's messing with PC, that's pretty much what he's messing with. Oh, excuse me, frog in my throat. Like I said, I can't talk today. Yo, Newark, what do you think about these games? Were you a fan of Ultimate Alliance on the 360, and what do you think about them? First of all, porting it over broken, and it's I mean, not for anything, it's not even an excuse. Even to the PC side, like nobody thought it would get worse than the Batman title that came over broken, but they say that Ultimate Alliance is even worse than that, and then they're basically asking for your firstborn son to buy the game.
I mean, like I wasn't really a fan. I played the first one, but I think I'd say like $20 would be like a good price. Like one of them for 20, you could probably get both of them for 40. But I don't like. It seemed like the games came out of nowhere. I didn't see like it was a sign that they were releasing anytime soon. It seemed like it came out of nowhere, and I don't think anybody asked for it.
Yeah,
but
no,
I'm looking forward to the sales figures. I just want to see how much it's sold.
They'll be higher than Street Fighter V lately. Anyway. Just kind of tried to sneak that in there a little bit.
Soda Drinker Pro has higher sales than that over the last few months, to be honest with you, man.
I hear a few YouTubers actually reviewed that higher than a few PlayStation exclusives, man.
Hey, it did beat out this game. Maybe you heard of it, called Uncharted: A Crate's End.
Crate's End?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did a comparison. I don't know if any of you have ever played Uncharted 4, one of my main complaints about that was they're like in the jungle and all these ancient ruins, but there just happens to be these crates on wheels about 20 times throughout the game. It's like got totally ridiculous. I was just like, this is stupid.
That
You know
fits.
what I mean? Like, yeah, it was like, so I like had some fun with it and did the video about it versus Soda Drinker Pro. I mean, a lot of you, like some of my stuff is like hyperbole. Some of it's just for fun. You know what I mean? Hopefully a lot of people didn't take that shit too seriously. But yeah, it's like that's one of the things that annoyed me, and yeah, like that, you know, that game wasn't the best thing ever or anything like that. But Soda Drinker Pro, that game absolutely really sucks. It's terrible.
Dude, I hear you and Rand like talk about that a lot, man.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. But yo, Don, I want to know what you think about this Ultimate Alliance thing. I think one of the previous times we talked about like comic book adaptations. I'm not sure if you're like a Marvel guy or whatever, but what do you think about the news with these two games and, you know, basically asking for a down payment from your house to buy them?
Well, it's definitely not a down payment for my house, but yeah, I mean, I am a comic book guy. I'm actually more of a Marvel guy than a DC guy, and I want to see them do well, but I just don't think this is a good start. I think there is a quota. They're just trying to get money back from the license they basically own. You've seen a lot of this with Disney with Star Wars. Now, they're doing Star Wars right so far, in my opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a reason why we're getting a Star Wars
You think
movie.
they did Battlefront right? Like,
Well, that's another subject, right? But they're trying to basically make all their money back from that purchase, right, as quickly as possible. And I think that's what their agenda is right now. I think there was a particular track record they were hoping to get X number of dollars, and they realized that either A, they're behind or not, and that's why there's this new resurgence with you know, where they can get money from it on these franchises, which is actually gaming. And so what's the best thing you do? Well, just quick little port house, you know, have somebody that's maybe, you know, take the lowest bid and just get it out there.
all right, Don,
and
I appreciate the explanation and everything like that. Trust me, I do. I want to know like how you feel about this. Like, do you think this is a bullshit move? Do you think this is a good move? Do you think people are really gonna buy this game? Like, or do you think it's basically crash and burn because of these issues and the price?
Not really. Yeah, not really, because the reality is, I mean, if you like the game, probably you'll buy it again.
Yeah.
There's that. There's that crowd, but
I
if you're
liked
like
Ultimate
me,
Alliance too, but I'm not gonna buy it for $40, dude.
yeah, but like myself, like I was never really interested in that game, so I'm not gonna go back and, you know, play it now for, you know, a premium price. That's just not worth my time.
Yeah,
I have too much of a backlog, anyways.
You're
Most people do,
you're a
to be
smarter
honest
man
with
than
you,
that,
real gamers.
basically. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I got you, man.
What game is this that I'm watching right now?
Castle Crashers.
On here. Wait, no, this is a
Battle Block
Castle.
Theater.
Oh, okay.
Battle Block
Is it like
Theater,
I'm sitting
right?
here like entranced by this shit? I'm like, what is this?
Oh crap! I forgot to
Just-
give you the disclaimer, man. Being a special guest, I did have to warn you. You will get distracted by the gameplay if you are watching the podcast. Trust me.
I
dude.
have this game. I just never played it. You know what I mean? Like, I think I have part 1 and 2, but I
think that's Battle Block Theater.
yeah, I haven't
that's what
played it. I
it
mean,
is. Yeah.
it looks
Yeah.
it looks
Yeah, it
interesting.
is Battle Block Theater. It's great.
Yeah.
You know, it's
So-
funny. You actually gave me a segue here because I was just going to stop with the topics for a second and again let people know that yes, you can vote for the best gameplay. The voting will be done after this podcast. It'll be done on the nextpodcast.com. As you can see in the gameplay, if you look in the upper left-hand corner, oh my goodness, I see the Battletoad. In the upper left-hand corner, it shows whose gameplay this is. And I know there was a question in the chat about brute force. And come on, guys, do you really have to ask who brought that? Of course. It was the most compelling motherfucker on YouTube.
Damn
All
right, man. Like, hey, I broke out some of that old school stuff, man. I dig that. You know, I love like recording that. What the hell is Rash doing?
That's a Don thing, dude. That's definitely a Don thing right there. He's
I
just
don't
gonna-
understand. What's this thing I'm looking at? How's he...
What's this thing right here I look at? Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Man, he's He's dancing and stuff, man.
He
He's
is-
got the moves, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
no,
to.
he's going for it all. Basically,
I
is
got
what
that
he's
one
doing.
though, like the Cabbage Patch. I could do that shit, like. But
All right, guys. Well, let's move on to the next topic here. The next topic is a little more of a serious topic, and it's funny because we're looking at Rash, just like 2 seconds ago. My question here is about Adam Boyes. For people who don't know, I believe, Crap, he was in charge of like third-party development on Sony's side.
yeah, and like relations and stuff like that. He was pretty much a bigwig. Like he was like the one that made all the third-party deals and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, he was a pretty important part of the equation there. He was one of that. He was that goofball that fucking made that video with Yoshida where they were like
Yeah.
show you how to share the game. Like I hadn't liked that guy since that point, and then
It just
a
got
lot of the
worse from
third
there.
party. Yeah, like he's always saying stupid shit. Like I remember last year, he's like Shenmue 3, check. The Last Guardian gameplay, check. You know what I mean? I'm just sitting there thinking, what a douche. You know what I
Last
mean?
check
Like,
from
I don't like
Sony?
the guy.
Check.
Yeah, check. So I actually had heard from a couple of interesting sources that it wasn't like a respectful departure or anything like that. Like he was basically kind of let go or whatever. They weren't real happy with something that he was doing. If you look at a lot of the third party stuff that they've done, like I guess his deal would be for Street Fighter 5, and look
Yeah.
how that turned out, right? So I mean, and then look at stuff like No Man's Sky, right? Delay.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like all this shit is like just covered in kind of controversy and stuff that
He did a
that
shitty
really,
job, basically.
yeah, he did a bad job. So that's what happens. You
That's-
get kind of forced out. So
That's what you get from a bloated Ellen. Was it Ellen who?
Degenerous.
Ellen DeGeneres, yeah, he looks like me and Mooch made that joke about how he looked like Ellen DeGeneres on Halloween or whatever, and I had said that he forgot to take the costume off because
Yeah.
he looks a lot weaker. So
The only thing, man, he's got to trim down a little bit to really get into that Ellen feel. But
oh yeah,
yeah. So with him now getting a new job as a CEO at Iron Galaxy. Now, first of all, he said he wanted to get back into development. I didn't know the cushy chair at the top of a developer was literally getting back into development. Like that was funny to me first and foremost. But as a CEO with Iron Galaxy, and their main title right now is Killer Instinct, and Killer Instinct is killing it on X1. It is the fighting game to get on the Xbox One. I was wondering, do you think he's actually gonna like? Is there a chance that he's gonna make this like kind of explode, like implode? Is he gonna tear down Iron Galaxy? So, Crapgamer, since I was talking to you, what do you think his impact is gonna be at Iron Galaxy, dude?
I think that everything will continue. Like we already just had the final season, and now they're doing the Ultimate Edition on disc or whatever characters. So unless they do like a complete sequel, like AAA style, I don't really know that we'll see anymore. They did do that that survey where they're asking the gamers who they would like to see in Killer Instinct. So I mean, and the game does well, so we could see more. I don't. It's hard to say whether he'll have a. I don't really think he's going to come in there and disrupt things too bad because they already have some kind of deal in place. So I think things just are going to have to happen or whatever. I mean, I'm not really worried about the guy. Apparently his friend is a higher up there or something, and so just I don't know.
So
It's
kind of got a
weird.
job
It's-
with his friend, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, and like Randall Softserve knows
Oh,
a little
goodness.
bit more about it than me, but it's a little bit odd how things went down because I guess Iron Galaxy did a podcast or a radio show or something, and they were talking about how big things were coming up, and they couldn't talk about it, and so now he's
Yeah.
doing that. So yeah.
I got you, man. It's very interesting. I don't know, this news, it does kind of rub me the wrong way. I am kind of keeping my eye over there at Iron Galaxy just because just being at on Crossfire yesterday, Mooch was saying how him and his friend were standing at the top, like on the rooftop of the building, saying you haven't seen shit yet, like you haven't seen anything yet and stuff like that. Like, man, Iron Galaxy has been doing really well with the Killer Instinct title, and don't want to see that attitude and that type of person come in there and kind of like, I don't know, internally become a virus and tear stuff down. I don't know. Yo, Newark, what do you think about this with Adam Boyce being the CEO at Iron Galaxy? Do you see it as a good thing? Are you a little more intrepidatious, or are you kind of watching Iron Galaxy a little bit more since you heard this news?
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any changes. Somebody made a joke when I posted the article in the Facebook group and said they don't feel safe. They don't feel safe with him with Killer Instinct. But you know, like Iron Galaxy, they're like a third party company, but they do other games also. So it'd be good to see what comes out of this in the future.
I got you. Did you hear some of the rumors? Like, the stables were shaking a little bit, man. There was a little hoof clicking and stuff like that,
Yeah.
saying that Killer Instinct could come over to PS4. What type of shit is that, dude? I mean,
Yeah,
like,
they make like Iron Galaxy is like now known for making games for other companies, like
mhm.
but Killer
And
Instinct is owned by Rare, which is owned by Microsoft, so that's not happening.
exactly. So let's just make that clear. Killer Instinct is owned by Rare. Rare is owned by Microsoft. Do the math. People who think that this game might come over to the PS4, and it's funny because they said it was trash, especially before Street Fighter V came out. You know, a lot of ponies out there were saying that basically Killer Instinct is trash compared.
Hey, everything's trash. Rise of the Tomb Raider's trash. Titanfall's trash. Until they get it, then all of a sudden it's fucking great, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh man, I can't wait till Titanfall 2, or Rise of the Tomb Raider is gonna be better because we can put on a fucking VR headset and need fucking 90 square feet. You know what I mean? You gotta play that shit. But
Yeah.
hey, let's not talk about that. How Sony screwed everybody and said, hey, you already paid for it, but you need this amount of room to fucking play it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, let's not say shit about that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Entering my inner mooch right there. Going on a VR.
we got a crap
rant.
rant, man. There we go.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I don't know. Basically, we're going on to Adam Boyce thing. So yo, Don, what do you think about like this whole Adam Boyce at Iron Galaxy? Do you think there's any cause for worry? What do you think about him saying, "Yeah, I'm getting into developing"? Like I pictured him, jumping in, with his shirt sleeves rolled up, getting in, doing, actual work. But it sounds like a cushy job at the top of the totem pole here. What do you think, man?
When everybody brings this guy up, they always say like, where he's worked or what he's done. No, those are places where he's been. It's not necessarily any work that guy has done.
Okay.
I've never seen a guy ever get anything done. Have you really done? And I don't see any real accomplishments when you're talking Adam Boyce. To be honest with you, I was working at that studio. I'd be looking for another job. Like, as far as like the gaming community, I just don't. He doesn't have a track record like other developers. You can say, they go, oh, that person got this profile, done this for me.
He's got strong ties to NeoGaf too. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Oh, okay, cool. I got a lot of haters now. Perfect.
Not that. I mean, I hate NeoGaf too, but the guy is strictly supported, and like, I forget which one it was. Like, he either funded or was funded by the moderator, backdoor deal or something along those lines. So it's always interesting, I mean, I doubt this is his job now, so I doubt you want to fuck up your job. You know what I mean? So let's hope that he doesn't fuck up Killer Instinct, because I'd be pissed, because it's like one of the best things going on Xbox right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll do a quick plug. I actually, Killer Instinct Season 3 Idol just released, so I did a complete review of that season. I like to wait till all the characters are out before I review it, so that'll be going live at like 7:38 tonight.
Awesome.
So yeah, you guys can check it out. Yeah, like, don't fuck it up. That's like that was one of the main reasons I remember flipping out when I saw Killer Instinct coming back in 2013, right? I was just like, yeah, Killer Instinct. And it was
Dude.
the same voice and everything. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was
Well-
freaking crazy when they showed that on the screen. You saw the KI just like kind of forming up, dude. I was absolutely pumped for that. I don't know. Call me, I don't know, negative Nancy or something like that. I am a little worried about that, seeing like, his track record and stuff. But that, I don't know, that's just me personally, I guess. Oh snaps, do you have anything to say about like what's going on with Adam Boys and Iron Galaxy? Have you tried to get a hold of him on Twitter or anything?
I have not a damn thing to say about it. I don't care. No, I did actually try to get a hold of him. It wasn't on Twitter. It was on Facebook, and he read my messages, but he just doesn't respond. So I was like, fine.
See, there you go.
You're not coming on the show anyways. We don't want you. No, I'm playing. If you decide to change your mind, I'll be here.
we try to get him on, but for some reason, like he just don't answer us. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah.
That
He
Sony
reads
mentality.
my messages.
Yeah, like I said, he read them, he knows, but no response. That's weird.
He accepted my friend request too. I'm like, okay, well, screw you then.
Wow. Try to butter him up a little bit. I'll be your friend. You want to come and hear all this?
That's pretty much what it was. And
I got
failed.
you. Well, Mega, like I mean, I'm pretty much done with the subject. Do you have anything to say about the Adam Boys thing with being a CEO at Iron Galaxy?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I will say is that I am skeptical, like everybody else, but I'm going to take another direction with this. Now, as much as we go back in the time and we can look in the Balmer days, that one guy that came from Sony, he absolutely fucked Xbox and took all that information back to Sony. But Trenton and Phil and Boys and all these guys, they're friends. And I think also if you see the trend of what's going on with Japanese games or developers, their whole direction is different. And I don't think that the Western, CEOs or executives are not agreeing with this. And so I think that they're finding reasons to get out and maybe trying to come and form a super team, even though that his track record isn't very good. But I don't know. I don't see Phil and them letting this guy, have any type of true
Killer
reign
Phil.
to where Killer is big. Yeah, I think Killer Phil is gonna make sure that things is cool, and they all are tight. Like that's why I was saying, Jack Trent. When you seen Jack Trenton and Killer Phil together, then and then you also seen that guy with Phil and them. I think they're just all friends that just making them have a job, and let's just see where it goes. I'm still skeptical, but I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt.
All right, I got you. Is there anybody else want to say anything about this? I mean, I don't know. I feel like we spent a lot of time on Adam Boys today anyway. But if anybody else has anything else to share, then now is your time. Just let us know what's going on here. 3, 2, 1. Adam Boys is done. Yeah, everybody. All right. Now let's move on to some I consider better news, and it's been all over Twitter, social media today that the summer update is coming out for the Xbox One. I believe it's the second, right? Where
Came out today.
Yeah, it came out today.
To the public today, or just to the preview?
Today came
Everybody
out to the public.
Oh shoot! I thought I was going to be able to preview the background music for a day or two. All right,
No, it's actually today.
So it came public today. Really good thing.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of features. There are a bunch of features that actually stretch into Windows 10 on your PC as well. Like things like if you have to renew your gold membership, you can just do it through the Windows Store right now. You can buy your games for the X1 on the Windows Store as well. It's a lot of integration between the console and Windows 10, of course, because the console runs Windows 10. But I just want to hear you guys' thoughts on the summer update in general. Do you guys think it's ready? Do you because I know most people here are in the preview program, right? Is there anybody that's not in the preview program that's on the panel right now? Cricket.
I'm not.
All right. What's up, Don?
program at all.
My bad. For some reason, I am having some technical difficulties. People are like kind of going mute on me, and I'm not sure if it. I hear everybody talking. So, Don, did you say you're not in it?
Yeah, I'm not in it. After the last preview program, I only have one Xbox One in my house. I just didn't want to chance it with the only console I had
Okay.
at the time. So I just kind of the last preview program broke my Connect. So that was an issue as well.
I got you, man. I got you. I mean, yeah, like, the preview program's not for everybody. There is a chance that, something could happen to your system. I do believe, for the most part, like, if your system gets bricked or something like that, you could talk to Microsoft and kind of get everything straightened out. But, well, Don, since, you don't have the preview program right now, I want to know, are you excited for this summer update? Are there any features that you're really like looking forward to with this thing?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the background music. I think that's the final nail in the coffin to kind of get the Xbox One to the same point the 360 was.
3 years later.
Yeah, exactly. I want to listen to my REO Speedwagon when I play Forza. I want to do that sort of stuff. And
riding the storm out, huh?
Exactly. So I'm looking forward to that feature primarily. But as of right now, everything's kind of just wait and see. I like the fact that it's streaming music. You can put your own music onto your OneDrive. It looks like there's other streaming options are going to happen.
Yeah, they're going to have background music for USB, DLNA, everything.
Yeah, see,
yeah, and they also talked about a podcast option too that you can listen to.
Well, there's an app called Cast.
It's the Cast app.
I believe TXR is actually on that app as well.
Yeah.
So you can actually like listen to TXR while you're playing games and stuff, which is really cool. I still like to get into the chats when it comes to the podcast and stuff that I'm watching. I like to kind of talk to the people that are running the podcast, talk to the people that are in the chat and everything like that. But that is an absolute awesome feature. One of the things I wanted to get into was about the background music, because a lot of people were worried. I was talking Groove first and foremost, that you'll be able to use Groove. But now, Mikey Barr came out and said that there are going to be specific apps that let you use like the USB share, the DLNA, which, is basically a home network that you have with whatever PC or laptop you have in your house. And it just basically...
Sort of like Media Player.
Yeah. Dude, do you know anything about Media Player crap? I'm not...
Yeah, you know what? I happen to know a little bit about Media Player, which is actually really cool because what happens is I have a server. I run a Servio server off my PC, which basically I have every season of The Simpsons ripped to that. So, I can just access it. It plays one after the other. On the Xbox One, like whatever you have on there, like I can play all season 8 or season 9 or 10 or what have you. And so, yeah, you'll be able to have whatever kind of music you want on your server and then just be able to play it and then have that in the background. And I think it's pretty kick-ass, you know what I mean? It's about damn time. And, like I said, I think I said this on Crossfire, which was I'm an Xbox guy, but let's be honest, and this goes for PlayStation as well. When the next generation starts, the PS4 and the Xbox One should have all had everything the PS3 and Xbox 360 had, and then you build upon that. You don't take shit away and then give it back and be like, oh, well, congratulations, here you go. You know what I mean? To me, that's like very counterproductive.
No, that's like, absolutely right. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah,
that was one of the things as an early adopter. That was the things that people were asking me, and I was trying to convert them to switch over, and they were like, well, what about the background music? I'm like, it's not here yet.
It's not here yet.
Wait, so yeah.
I had on 360 and they got their Xbox One like last Christmas and they're like, yo, crap, why can't I do this or what's up with this? And I'm like, man, I don't know, dude. I don't know what the hell to tell you. I'm not. Yeah. People still message me and they're like, I'm Microsoft or something. I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Oh, I got the same. I got the same treatment, man. It was like I felt like I was a pony, man. I was like damage control. Like, no, well, see, this is the problem. This is what. It'll be coming. It'll come. I mean, just call man. It was just, just left us lost.
So they caught Microsoft off guard, and Microsoft rushed out a console.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, when it comes to the background music, with them relying on apps, all right, which is what they're doing. Like there's going to be an app that does support the DLNA. There's going to be an app that does support USB share. I know I'm going to use the Groove just because I already set up playlists and everything like that in
On the
my.
OneDrive.
What's up?
Through the OneDrive, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, for people who don't know, if you're interested in
That's-
using Groove, all you got to do is basically open up your OneDrive on like your PC or laptop that you have your music on, and you could just literally drag your music over to the file that says music in your OneDrive. Yo, the Groove app will automatically recognize and play that music on any device that you have the Groove app on. It's basically, I call it a friendlier iTunes is what it is. It's easier to use. It's a lot more consumer friendly, and you don't have to pay for it. I don't know how many people I've seen are like, well, is there any like free option? Yes, there are free options. There's going to be multiple apps, and I know Pandora is another app that's features. But what do you guys think about having this background music rely on apps? Like, you know, you have to get the app for the DLNA if that's the way you want to do it, or you have to get the app for the USB share. And I want to hit Foos with this because my bad, Newark. Just real quick, I want to hit Foos because he's a big music dude. Like we talk in parties and everything like that, and like music is a big part of his life, just like it is mine. So Foos, what do you think about that feature, like, basically relying on apps?
Yeah, you know, I don't really mind it. I do listen to a lot of Pandora and all that anyway, so it doesn't bother me too much that it's an app.
No, do you know which you're gonna use? Are you gonna use Pandora? Are you gonna try out
Oh,
Groove?
I'll be on Pandora mostly. I do have Groove too, but I'll mostly be on Pandora. Yeah.
I got you. See, I'm not a big fan of what like those internet radio station things where you put down a band that you like or a singer that you like, and they give you things that they think are similar to it, like the iHeart radios and all that good stuff. So I'm not a big fan of that. I like playing my own music, but yo, if you like Pandora, that's a definite option.
Yeah, that's the first app.
Oh, okay. My bad.
That's
Newark. What do you think about this feature being like app reliant? Is that okay with you? Like, did you want it to like go down to the source of just like plug in the USB or whatever, or do you mind that you have to kind of get the app that matches which way you want to play your music?
It doesn't matter to me. Like I was saying, the Pandora is the first app that's going to support background music, which launches today, and then the Groove music will be available for preview members as background play today, but it will come to everybody else later. And Mikey Barber said, I guess the Xbox Media, I guess that's the name of it. It's the app on the Xbox.
Okay.
Really, everything on the Xbox runs off an app, even the CD player. Everything is an app, but it doesn't bother me.
Nice, and it's good to point that out because yeah, I had to download the Blu-ray player app to play Blu-rays on my X1 and everything like that. So it is all about apps. Snaps, I know you love your music and everything like that. Are you excited for the background music? Are you going to use that feature? And what do you think about it like being app reliant?
Yes, I'm excited.
Okay.
Am I going to use it? Absolutely, because, well, you know, I do have my thoughts on this, though. Like, is that going to interrupt with our party chats and, you know, things like that? Like, because a lot of times when I game, it's multiplayer games and we're in party chats. But if I'm playing a single-player game, definitely, I would like to. And I really don't want to hear other people's music echoing while I'm trying to listen to mine, things like that. But I'm really excited about it either way because I just like being able to listen to music, especially like the stuff I listen to is mostly in the car. So to be able to have it over here like on Pandora or something, that's awesome. Groove, I have no idea how to use Groove, so it's whatever. I'll use whatever either way. And as far as the apps go, I'm a little concerned about how much space it's going to be using up because I have no space as it is. I have 1 terabyte that's full. My Xbox is full, so I guess that's something to think about too, like within downloading the apps.
Yeah, I don't think the apps are going to be too big. I think it's just kind of putting that functionality in there. I already have Groove on my X1. I mean, my X1 is shut off right now for the podcast. Otherwise, I'd be doubly distracted. So, but I don't think it was that much in size. But they will add up. Like if you want to have that USB feature, then the USB share. If you want to have the DLNA, you want to have the Groove, and you want to have the Pandora, then you have a huge chunk. Well, not a huge chunk, but you have a pretty big, pretty sizable chunk just dedicated to music and background music. Don, what?
Well, I hear a lot of people. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
A lot of people are having trouble with the music. I mean, I know it just rolled out today. Some people have it, some people don't. But a lot of people are having problems with it or snapping it and things like that. So it's still kind of in its early stages.
Well,
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Newark.
Yeah, what how it works is you just launch the app, play the music, and go do whatever you want to do. You don't have to snap it or anything.
Newark, that was exactly what I was gonna say. Like, there's many different types of people out there, and Mikey Barra and Major Nelson actually did a really good video, and they showed that basically you open up the app, you don't snap it, you open up the music app with Pandora, and then for the preview Groove. And then you just start playing the music. You hit the home button, go home, and you could just go right into a game from there. And then when you want to adjust the volume while you're in the game, the menu that slides over from the left-hand side will have like all the music controls and stuff like that for your background music. So that's how you do it.
A lot of people are having problems either way.
Yeah, I got you. I'm hoping that it's not like I'm hoping that it comes out smoothly. I'm hoping that there's not like a bunch of glitches and stuff like that. So that could be one thing. If they're like snapping the app first, it might not work that way right now. But if you hit the app and do it full-fledged, full screen, play your music, hit the home button and go into whatever game you want to go into, like that's the way Mikey Barra said. So that's pretty much the way I'm gonna roll. I think he definitely knows what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? But K Mega, are you excited about this feature? Which app will you use? And do you see where OSnaps is coming from? That if you want like pretty much all those different ways to play your music, like all of a sudden you got a fairly sizable chunk of your memory just going for background music.
Well, for me, this was the biggest feature next to having Uno and 1 versus 100 come back. I mean, that's just me, but no, the music thing was just awesome. And since I collect music, I got over 2,000 albums, so I use Groove because what Groove does, I let it sync with my iTunes, and it for every album that I have, it will take. So to however it works with the Xbox is going to be awesome for me because that's all I have in my head is just having my music back on Tekken so I can just beat some ass. That's what I want.
Man, brought it back to Tekken.
I gotta bring Tekken in every day. I mean every episode. But and then playing Forza, saying that opera music it gets me sleepy. I need to have some crunk on my shit. So some Rick Ross or something. So but yeah, no, I definitely am excited about it. And even though for however they do with the apps, I don't know. It's just, trial and error. You'll figure out what you like and what you want to use, media player, whatever. But just for it to be back is just awesome. It took too damn long, in my opinion, but it's great for it to be back, though.
Yeah, definitely what Crap said about, like, when you start a next generation, you're supposed to have everything from the previous generation and add on. And that's one thing, like I say, I know I say this a lot, but when it comes to the Xbox community, we don't sugarcoat shit like that. Like, if there's an issue that way, like with something like that, we're gonna talk about it. And Crap has definitely talked about it on numerous times.
Hell yeah, that fucking the update in the preview program bricked my console. You know what I mean? I was like, what the hell? And then fucking like I couldn't do anything on it, and then finally I had to like do the factory reset with a USB stick. It was like a big pain in the ass. Basically, what happened was I was downloading an update, and then it's like something went wrong, and then it restarted the update, and then restarted my console, and then from that point on, it was just like got worse and worse, and now it runs much better. But yeah, like I was pissed. I was like, man. You know what I mean? I can't believe this. One thing that I don't like about is everything is an app. You know what I mean? That bothered. Like the achievements are an app.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why. Like I remember on the 360, with the exception of, like I said, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, and it wasn't that the achievements didn't pop; it was that the game was glitched so that it didn't pop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That was the only time I ever had any problems with achievements. On the Xbox One, I constantly have achievements that don't pop when they're supposed to. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I still have some. Like it's so interesting too. Like right, I like Minecraft story mode. Right, I just beat the latest one, episode 7 or whatever. But if you look at my achievements, it still says I haven't completed chapter 1 of episode 2. How the hell do you get to how do you beat episode 2 and all the other chapters in there except for the first one? You know what I mean? It's like it's messed up, and I can't go back and replay it because then it'll like lose all my save file up to the point that I'm at now. So it's like I have to wait till I complete all 8 episodes, which the 8th one's not out yet, and then I'll have to go back and play it. It's like that happens to me a lot.
That's
That was
pain in
one of the
ass.
things that killed the Master Chief Collection. Like me and Mooch were going through that, playing the campaign, and then right at release date, and then we were both like, we're not getting any achievements. It would just said unlocking. You know what I mean? And so we were like, well, I guess we're done playing for now. You know what I mean? Just like that, it really kind of kills it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I hate that shit. You know what I mean? I just wish that they would like get their shit together a little bit with that. But they do listen, and I will say that they were very supportive when I was like, I got a problem, and
Mm-hmm.
from the preview update, and so yeah, I got to give them credit for that. They did do a good job reaching out to me and things like that. So
Yeah, but like you said, the entire structure is apps, and then when it comes to apps, you know from your phone and everything like that, like apps don't run perfectly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I don't know. I guess it must be like a Windows thing or because I know Windows 10 wasn't out when the console first launched, but I think they were kind of gearing up for that as well. So I think that's how they made the structure of the console. Take it or leave it. I already know I'm going to be using pretty much Groove. I already have my playlist set up and stuff like that. So I'm not going to have that much storage dedicated to background music. Like my music's going to be in the cloud, and it's going to come right down to my X1, just no problem. But Don, what do you think about this background music? Are you hyped for it? What app might you use? Let us know what you think, man.
Well, I'm hyped for it. I mean, as I said, this is like the one thing I was bummed that I'm not getting because I'm not part of the preview program. But people listen to music different ways, right? It's all digital. It's all either via streaming or via MP3 file, right? This gives everyone really options regardless of where you pull your music from.
Good point, sir.
Yeah, and so, you're not a big fan of Pandora. I'm not
No.
a big fan of Pandora either. But that doesn't matter to me. If I can do Spotify, I can select my music, I can have my playlist there, and I'm okay with commercials, right?
Okay.
So for me, it's kind of the ideal scenario. You give everyone a choice, give all those those apps. I mean, not the apps, but all those streaming services for music the choice as well. They make their money too. Either if you buy the content from them, or like a commercial-free setup, or you basically listen to commercials, they get paid.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a win-win for everybody. It's just another solution. Not everyone just listens to and buys stuff off iTunes anymore. That's the reality. So
I got you. Yo, Don, you said you're a fan of Spotify. Now, I'm not sure. There is a music app on the PlayStation 4. Whoever has a PS4 in here, maybe you could tell me which. I know they're saying they're focused on their app on the PS4 and they're not really looking at the Xbox One with background music. Do you guys know which app that is? Is that Spotify?
That's Spotify, but there is a solution though.
Oh, what's this?
The developer of, I think it's Spoticast, said that he had the app working on the Xbox One, but they're waiting for Microsoft to let the universal window apps from like public be able to upload to the store. And
Okay.
Mikey Barber posted today that it will be very soon. That
I mean,
people
that's
from the public can post
that's
apps.
another great way, right? But there's also another thing. Spotify is basically owned by Facebook, and guess who owns a chunk of Facebook? Microsoft.
Not me.
Microsoft. So I mean, they may don't have necessarily all the say, but they're going to have some sort of weight in there if they really want to push it. So
Now I like to use Spotify on the Xbox. snapped the Miracast. What's that? I guess it was still in preview, but I snapped the Miracast and snapped my phone to the side and used Spotify through there.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Wow, dude, oh man, dude, you are definitely definite asset to the next podcast because that is an absolutely genius move right there. Basically, snapping the Miracast and having Spotify play on your phone, have your phone hooked up to the Miracast, and there you go.
And the sound quality is real good.
That is awesome. Yo, I do want to ask Crap, since we're talking about background music. I know Crap is a Call of Duty fan, so if you're excited about background music, man, I gotta ask you, what would your Call of Duty like playlist look like, man? What are you playing when you play Call of Duty, dude?
Probably some Metallica or something. You know what I mean? Like, it would probably be a lot of Metallica or classic rock.
Nice.
You
Now
know,
you talking old school Metallica or
pretty
new school, man?
Well, the funny thing is, it's probably newer school. You know what I mean? Like, I like stuff after the Black Album and forward. You know what I mean? Like,
nice. I'm right
not
with
to
you,
say
man.
that not to say that I don't like a couple songs here and there from earlier, but you can only be angsty teenagers for so long. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are like, man, they changed. I'm like, they didn't change. You just can't like be pissed off at everything your whole life.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like,
exactly.
So,
one of my
like
favorite
Metallica
albums
and
from
stuff.
them was actually Reloaded, man. I'll still play that to this day, dude.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it was awesome album. I fucking loved it. You know what I mean?
Nice.
I even liked their cover album, dude. I fucking listen to Whiskey in the Jar every goddamn day. You know what I mean? Like when I'm
That's my
starting to
favorite song.
yeah, when I start to drag ass at work, man, I'm like, okay, Whiskey in the Jar. You know what I mean? Because that shit picks me up. Just like that's how it goes.
That's awesome, man. Like, I didn't mean to put you on the spot there. I was just wondering, man. And dude, like, I can definitely roll with you on that whole Metallica thing.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right, well, let's move on. Since we talked basically about the summer update with the background music, not only that, but they did unveil the new Netflix app as well, which is 4K ready, HDR compatible as well. So basically, when the One S comes out and you have Netflix, you will be able to, stream these shows in 4K with the high dynamic range color and everything like that. Which, I mean, there's nothing but good things can be said about that, right, guys? I mean, that's pretty much a no-brainer right there. If you have a 4K HDR television, you have the One S. I mean, what are you gonna do? Not watch Netflix? You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
Netflix only has one show in HDR, and I think that's Marco Polo. But
Damn
they 4K quality is real good though.
Yeah, well, they got to put Stranger Things, man. They got to do 4K with Stranger Things. I am hooked on
I
that.
hear good things about that show, but I haven't watched it yet.
Dude, oh man.
I think Stranger Things does have 4K. All of Net is that like a Netflix show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know how Netflix had their own show.
They
All the
put it out
Netflix
themselves.
shows are in 4K.
All right, I gotta tell you, Crap. If you like darker kind of sci-fi type movies with like a mystery element to it, like you want to figure out what's going on, like and keep watching the episodes. Yo, Stranger Things is amazing, and the '80s backdrop, they replicated the '80s. It's not like the commercial '80s that you see from other shows. Like I grew up through the '80s, dude. They detailed all the little things that like kids' toys and everything from the '80s to a T, yo. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to check it out, man. Like for me, like a lot of times it's like, do I game or do I watch something? And a lot of times gaming wins out unless it's like media player when I'm basically sleeping most of that time. But yeah,
Well-
I'll definitely check that shit out, man.
Well, Crap, you're still working on that final achievement for media player. I see that, man. You're dedicated.
You know what was funny was I fucking like Xbox sent me this email today. It's like what the hell? It's like here's your badge because I have over 100,000 gamer score, so it's like this Overlord badge or whatever, right?
Uh-oh.
And so I'm looking, yeah, right. And so I'm looking at it tells you like what the things that you've done the best at or whatever, and it's like number of hours spent in apps, 358 media player. So I was like, Jesus, that's a lot of goddamn time in the media player.
Yo,
I have
Crap.
to say though, like I'm not even home a lot of the time or awake when that shit's going on,
Yeah, no, you fall asleep. You fall asleep with whatever's on, and then it just kind of keeps going. I know exactly what you're saying with that. But yo, Crap, don't be surprised if you catch a tweet from me later on saying hashtag Overlord Crap. I think that should be a new thing, man.
Yeah, I think that would be an awesome thing.
Dude, you got so many titles already. I mean, what's one more? You know?
Oh, exactly. So I'm 100% with you, dude. I always like try to fit in as many as I can in the beginning of my videos. You know what I mean? So.
Dude, yeah, I definitely want to get that the pony leg breaker, the one with the crutches. That's one of my absolute favorite shirts, dude. All right, well, let's move on. Yo, since we talked about pretty much that summer update and we kind of went into, what we like, what we don't like when it comes to the music features, we didn't even really get into Cortana. One thing I just want to say about Cortana real quick is you will have the option of using her or not. You can stay with the traditional Xbox commands, but they're not going to work with the headset. If you get any kind of confusion about what you would say to Cortana with the whole Hey Cortana thing, you just say, Hey Cortana, what can I say? And a whole list of commands will come up for you guys. And just kind of, if you're going to use Cortana, just kind of learn the basic voice commands. After a while, it's going to be second nature. I use her. She works for me. I do have friends that do say that she's kind of a crazy bitch that doesn't work for them. So, I don't know. I guess it's kind of hit or miss.
The more you use her, she does get better, though.
Dude, I've been preaching that for I don't know how long. When it came to my Windows phone, I got Cortana I don't know, over a year ago. And that was the one thing. The more I used her, she got used to my voice, she got used to the frequency and stuff like that, and she listened a lot more. So
yeah.
But you have the option to turn it off.
I've taught her to actually turn on by saying, "Hey Cortana, turn up," and she turns on. It's so cool.
I control my volume, because I have everything hooked up to my AV receiver, and I say, Hey Cortana, turn up 10, and she'll turn up 10 notches. You could put a number behind turn up, and she would turn your volume up that many notches.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
She's still a work in progress. I will let people know that. They're still tweaking her, everything they're still tweaking her on my phone, and I had her over a year ago. Okay, she needs a tune up every once in a while. Sometimes she'll go a little crazy, but like I said, on the X1, she has worked really well for me. I do want to go into the subject about the game preview real quick, and I want to do this because of We Happy Few just pretty much came out in game preview, and a lot of questions kind of arose from this. We've had a few titles go into game preview. We've had a couple come out like Elite Dangerous, and Elite Dangerous seems to be selling well on the X1. A lot of people really do like that game. But I want to go down the panel, and I want to see, kind of what you think the pros are with the game preview and what you think the cons are. So, I don't know, maybe we should divide this into two, and maybe we should talk about the positive first. Now, when I talk about pros, I'm talking about, the pros for us gamers as well as the developers who are making these games. Because, if the developers aren't happy, they're not going to make more games. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Let's hit up O-Snaps first. O-Snaps, when it comes to the game preview, what do you think? What do you see as the positives of the game preview? What do you think is positive for us gamers, and what do you think is positive in terms of the developers?
I wasn't paying much attention because I was on Redbubble looking at Crap shirts.
Oh goodness, you buy me one? Oh,
there you go.
Yeah, it was.
That's definitely more important in my opinion. So yeah, it's definitely.
But as far as the game preview, you're talking about let's say We Happy Few and all that good stuff.
Yeah, the games that are going into preview, first of all, they're going in early, so they definitely have glitches and stuff like that. We Happy Few doesn't even have the story in it yet, but they're asking for $30 for that game. Don't even have the story.
Well, it's a fun game. Chicken Spaghetti. He's been playing the shit out of that game, and he said that he's been finding things that he hasn't seen anybody else find. And I'm like, man, you gotta really stream that. So we're gonna get him up and streaming because because he's loving the game. So obviously he thinks it's worth $30. You were all for paying the $30
Yes, I
too.
was.
So I think, if people want to wait for the story, then that's really great. The fact that you're getting it for $30, if it is going to be indeed a $60 game, then you're getting a deal. If
I think it's going to be
it's
40.
not going to be a $60 game, but I mean, you're still saving money, but it's going to go on sale eventually too. So, I mean, I have mixed emotions about it. I like playing the games early, glitchy or not. You get to kind of get a better feel for it. Regardless of what game it is, whether it's We Happy Few, Ark, because we got the Ark preview. I played that all of a week and then never touched it again, mostly because the kids
I
drove
was
me
going to say
crazy.
the kids killed you with that game. Yeah.
They did. I was just like, I'm never playing again. But anyways, I think it's a fun experience. There's lots of stuff to do, and you might not have the story, but there is objectives that I keep finding, and I haven't done much of any of them. So it is worth it, in my opinion. I don't know about everybody else, but I mean, you're gonna get the story eventually.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go down the line here. Yo, Fuski, can you give me what you think are the positives with this game preview program? Just nice and light. Just a couple positives that you think are basically a benefit for having the preview program on the Xbox.
Okay, yeah, I can keep it light. I'm good at keeping it light. You know, I think it's good, because it helps the developer, find any kind of things that they need to fix in that game. Plus, it gives us a chance to kind of get a feel of what that game is going to be like, because I know there was a lot of confusion on what We Happy Few was kind of going to be.
But
a lot of people thought BioShock and things like that.
Mooch said it on Crossfire yesterday, and again, shout out to Mooch. Yo, that was basically how they advertised the game. It was what they showed in terms of the gameplay that did confuse people. So it's basically, that's on Compulsion Games right there. But keep going, man.
Well, I think that was light enough, actually. That's
okay.
about it.
I like short and sweet as well. It's just because we have another side to this, which is the negative, and then I want to go into one more question about this right afterwards. So, all right, yo, K Mega, give it to me on the light side, man. I like light beer, so yo, let me know what are some of the positives when it comes to the game preview.
You just get the opportunity to play the games before they actually come out, so you can see how the game actually plays. That's it.
That's pretty okay. One positive. All right, got you. Yo, Don. Like I said, that light beer status, man. What is the positive of game preview? For the gamers and for the developers.
Yeah, so for the gamer, it's pretty simple. It's a little risk because you're not paying as much. You get early access. You get to see what it is. Some people like to see how games are made, so it's an opportunity there as well. It's not for everyone though. Okay. And then on the developer side of things, they can be a little more ambitious. Now you're basically allocating resources to the public, so you can now work on other things because usually there's our small teams. Okay. And so it just, I don't think We Happy Few would happen unless there was like a preview program. I don't think they would be able to pull it off and get the funding for it, to be honest with you.
That is a very, very good point. That is an awesome positive right there. Yo, Crap, can you give us a couple, positive thoughts about the preview program? How does it benefit us gamers real quick and the developers?
Well, I mean, it builds hype for the games. I think that's something people are talking about. I remember people talking up Ark like no other, you know what I mean? And same thing with We Happy Few. Like, people are excited about it. So I think that's pretty cool. And then for gamers, you can help shape the game because they actually rely on your feedback. You go into there, if you have a problem or something, you put it on the feedback. They have forums and things like that. So you can they implement your ideas and your criticisms, and you know what I'm saying? So I think that both those things are definitely something worthwhile, especially if you're into that kind of thing. Also, you know what? Like, it's not like Microsoft throws just any game in there. They have to be still a pretty quality standard before they get allowed into the preview program. So I think there's only 5 or 6 that are actually in there.
Yeah,
So
something like
I
that.
think that they actually, yeah. So it's not like Steam or something where they allow any piece of crap
Everybody and their
just to be
grandmother.
thrown into the preview program. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I think that it's good and it's options. You know, who cares? Like people are just like so hung up on is it this or is it that? It's like it's an option. If you don't like it, then don't. If you do, then get it.
I got you. Yo, Newark, can you give us a couple positives about the game preview on the X1? Like I said, in terms of the gamers, and then also in terms of the developers.
I mean, the positives. At least we get to try it first before you make the purchase. I don't think the hour is like the hour in certain games is like long enough because I think with Elite Dangerous they only gave you enough time to go through the training mode. But I also think one of the positives is that us as consumers we have a voice like during the game development. So
Mhm.
So I believe like that's the positives. Can't get that bad. If you don't like the game, then don't buy it. But I think they should still make it like well that'd be part of the negative that the
Okay.
time should be a
See-
little longer.
See here's the thing. This is what I was trying to get to. If you notice, this is why I said kind of go light on the positive because I have a feeling when I talk about the negative or the issues with game preview, that's gonna go a lot longer.
Mhm.
All right, this is kind of like a live experiment here that everybody's taking part in. So when it comes to negatives to the game preview on the Xbox One, let me roll with Foos first. Hey, Foos, do you have a list of negatives?
Actually, yeah. When it comes to game previewing, it can, it, you see these games so early, it can leave a bad taste on your mouth. Kind of like if you get that first bad impression of it can really take you away from what the game could become.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
it's so early that like it's not even with everything in it yet, right?
Right, and then they'll be confused and think that this game is garbage, and really they should have just waited and seen what it was going to be about. But also, when games are being talked about, that seems to be when they sell. And to put something out in game preview and have them be talked about then, and then whenever the game finally does come out, it's probably not going to be as big then. That could be an issue for the developer as well, I would say.
See, Foos, yo, you hit the nail right on the head when it comes to my way of thinking. My thing about the game preview is I like the game preview for me, right? But you get a bunch of people that buy these games like at a discounted price, right? They're playing it. If the game takes a while to get out of the preview, it seems to kill the
Mhm.
hype of the game on its official release.
Exactly.
All right. So how are you going to create a bigger a bigger consumer base, a bigger basically population of people playing your game if the hype has already died down, if everybody already talked about it, everything like that. Look at Ark. Ark has so much content now. It's absolutely insane. Right? And you have people like live
Mhm.
streaming it on YouTube and stuff like that. But the hype on just the everyday gamer that's out there, working or going to school or stuff, that hype, I just don't see that hype there. And it's like
It's faded off.
it's 110 times better than it was in the beginning when it first went into game preview.
I think there
Mhm.
was more hype before people saw the price. Like everybody was so excited and talking about it, and then people were like $30. I'm not paying that.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Well, oh snap! Since you chimed in real quick, what negatives do you think there is when it comes to the game preview?
I mean, I think because I wasn't paying attention before, I kind of got into that. But I don't know. If it's glitchy and buggy, it can definitely turn you off. And if people are talking about those glitches, bugs, I guess it really depends on who you are and how much it bothers you as well. And that's all I got for you right now because again, I wasn't fully paying attention.
That's
My
awesome.
apologies.
You'd be surprised. I'm actually used to that. Yo,
Keeps the
Crap,
chat going for us though.
Crap, can you share with us if you have a list of kind of like negative things when it comes to the game preview? And like I said, I do have a question after this, so I am trying to get somewhere with this. Okay, so if you have a list of like negative things when it comes to gamers and developers with the game preview, please share it with us, man.
I just think there's no achievements, so that kind of sucks. As far as anything else, I think that you know, if you go into it with just the expectation that it's not a completed game, that you're helping it, just helping you're part of the process actually of getting the game made, then I think you'll be all right. But again, the no achievements thing is weird. It's something that I look at as a negative, and also, you know, I guess it could like kill some of the hype for it on actual launch. You know what I mean? But for me, I don't know. It's like I remember when Ark again was really big, and same thing with this game. You do see people going, "Man, I wish that would come out on PS4, or I wish they would hurry up and
Oh,
release it."
definitely,
Or whatever,
definitely.
you know what I mean? So I think that it's hard really for me to find a bunch of negatives or anything. You know what I mean? So
It's cool.
I,
And I was gonna say that's why I love doing this podcast is the difference of opinions. But dude, my bad for cutting you off. What else did you have to say, Crap?
Oh, that was basically it. Like, I don't see a whole lot. It's options to me. You know what I mean? Like, I love the options. So I don't think there's anything bad there, to be honest with you, except for the no achievements thing. That can be a bit annoying or whatever.
Dude,
So
that's actually the main reason why I don't play Ark right now. I told my oldest son because he'll ask me on a daily basis, hey, do you want to play Ark? Hey, do you want to play Ark? And I told him, I was like, dude, like even though you're building stuff in that game, like I don't feel I'm accomplishing anything. I want to see that achievement pop up that said, "Hey, I did this for so long," or "I did that for so long," and it's going to continue like get me to continue to play as well. So I could definitely see where you're coming from with the achievements. Yo, Mega, let us know is in terms of like negative or side effects to the game preview. Are there any negative things that you have on a list? You know, when it comes to the game preview.
Yeah, I mean, it's the risk and reward thing, but to me, it's like some person might have, everybody gets bugs when they have this, especially when I played Ark, and I've even found out that some people might have, extra things in their game in their build, and I don't have those abilities or whatever. Now, I don't play Ark that much to know all that, just for me just hearing people talk about it. But then to me the scariest thing is if the game itself doesn't do well, or you're hearing about stuff with No Man's Sky, or even with Ark, that they were having problems with people saying that they kind of stole the ideas, that those games would absolutely just go away. Like, you paid this money and then the game absolutely just flops, or because of a lawsuit the game can't be played anymore. That's the one thing that I'm afraid of.
That's actually a very good point. It's something I didn't even really think of, because there's definitely been drama when it comes to these like smaller digital titles. And if they're in game preview, you put down money for that. Now, if all of a sudden a lawsuit comes around, what are they going to do? Are they going to give you back the money? I don't think so.
Right, you ain't gonna get that money back, but I mean, because that's in the clause that you agreed with. But it's just that the bugs, and you don't even know how those bugs might affect your Xbox or PlayStation or PC or whatever. You might get something that breaks your damn system, and then who pays for that? I mean, can you go after them for that? I don't know if you agree to their clause. I mean, that's the whole thing. That, like, I really want to play We Happy Few, but I'm just gonna have to wait. I think Ark was my last time dealing with any of these type of buying these games that's not fully developed.
Yo,
Well,
like
not-
I tell people all the time when it comes to We Happy Few. Now, like me, I'm big into that whole Orwellian thing of like this whole like this world run by the man, like those type of stories and stuff. So I was really excited for We Happy Few because it had like that psychedelic color type stuff to it, along with being in that type of environment. So I knew like I wanted the game. All right, but for people who are feeling a little kind of, not too sure about it, it's gonna be in the game preview for at least a couple months. I mean,
till next year, the game's not coming out till next year.
Yeah, so you have time. It's gonna be in the preview for a while. You know?
What if though, being that it's in preview, and say something comes up and they have to go in and fix it. Now how long are we going to wait for it? If we're already waiting a year, what is it going to take for them to get
Well,
it out?
they're doing constant updates to the game though. Like if
Okay.
you actually, well, I got it a review a preview code for it. I guess like you can't really technically review it yet,
Yeah.
but you can like preview it and stuff. According to like you have to agree to the terms and stuff. But it's like they're doing constant updates to it. The game's not actually coming out till next year. They take the feedback and implement like updates and things like that. So it's definitely interesting. They definitely cut you short on what you can actually experience in the game. I think what happened is a lot of people were expecting kind of like what I was as well, like that BioShock thing.
Yeah.
And it does give that like the actual like narrative at the beginning. And then they're like, okay, and then it switches to like this this crafting type experience game, and I think that that's a little bit jarring. You know what I mean? Because like when you're seeing the preview for that at E3, the last thing you're thinking is that this is a crafting game. So, but I do think once they actually, if they do the entire story like the beginning of that game, it's going to be phenomenal. You know what I mean? Just have the crafting be the secondary element, and like that, because that story. Well, I like the social commentary on the game, right? Like everybody's fucking so pilled up these days, nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is truth. I love that because not there. It's like I love that social commentary aspect of the game. Everybody's got their mask on. You got to do this. We are all seeing one thing because we're so fucked up in today's society. I dig it, right? I
Yeah.
want them to expand on that. Like the crafting stuff, it's a little jarring. That's not my favorite thing, but I think that game has a lot of potential. And I think that if you get it for 30, that you get the entire release. I think they're going to release that game is going to be $50 or $60 when it comes out. So I think if you get it for 30 now, you're going to have it at that price when it releases. So I think that it's definitely going to be one of those things where, if you're really interested in it, hop in it. Maybe get it for 30 now and don't play it till it's ready to release.
Yeah,
Or
you get
just
the
play
discount
that,
for it right then and there. Like,
yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I agree with that. I just got to give. I think it's just for people that are hesitant. Like for me, I think I would wait a couple of months, and if it's just like Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous was like I think it was $20 when it first released, and then it got up to 30, and I was like, okay, I think I might go ahead and get it. But then I just want to be sure because I just. Man, We Happy Few. I'm stoked for it. It's just that this game is. I don't think it's going to have like real longevity like Ark or Elite Dangerous. I just think this is more of a story-based game. It's just going to once you beat it, it's done. And I'd rather if it was We Happy Few was somewhere like Elite Dangerous or Ark where it's just kind of constant. Then I think it would be worth the purchase right now.
Okay.
To try it out or whatever. But since I can just wait and pay the $50 for it, man, it ain't no big deal. It's only $20 extra.
I got you.
I just want to make the game work.
I think people are actually going to be really surprised with the replay value of this game because there's supposed to be three different characters, and if the three different characters, if it's the kind of thing where these three different characters basically have three different stories that are intertwined into one bigger story, I think that adds replay value like right there. And then for people who are, really get into the environment and stuff like that, I have a feeling that even once you beat the game with all three characters, if you really just want to go back and kind of just, it's a real trippy environment. Like
Apparently it's a procedurally generated environment too. Like it's not the same for everybody.
That's freaking
really?
awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
procedurally generated. So yeah, it's definitely like one of those interesting games. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. For me, it's weird. Like I'm not a big indie guy. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows me, knows I'm not. But this game kind of gravitates me. Like the story does. Again, I'm not big on the crafting. But yeah, like the story aspect and the social commentary stuff, I dig it. You know what I mean? I think I can count on two hands the amount of indies that I've liked this generation, and this one's shaping up to be one of them.
It's definitely not your typical indie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the game looks great. Like, it looks like a really good game. So I'm really excited to see like the more updates and they intentionally kept the content light as far as the story goes because they don't want to ruin it for people, and I can understand that. So.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I'm excited for it, but we kind of went off. I didn't really want to get into what everybody was saying with We Happy Few, but it's good to hear you guys' opinion on it. So now with going back and hearing like the positive and negative, I think we definitely need to hear Don on his list of negative things real quick, because he did bring some really interesting positive things. You know what I'm saying? Stuff I didn't really think about. So Don, when it comes to the game preview program, do you have like any negatives when it comes to this?
For the end user, the customer, right?
Yeah.
And
You
this
didn't think I
goes
was gonna get
beyond
to
this.
you,
This
huh?
goes to no. I was waiting my turn. I want everyone to talk, especially since we have crap on and everything, right? But you even goes to Kickstarter. It goes to this. When you're buying unfinished product or you're taking that leap of faith, I think customers just got to remember you're taking a leap of faith on a product, right? And I don't think a lot of people go into these situations with the right frame of mind, right? And then what they may like about the product, they may not like the finished product. They may like the earlier product, but they may not like the finished one. From a developer side of things, it's good to get feedback, but sometimes that may affect the end product in a way or in a direction that originally wasn't intended. And we don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is a little bit concerning for me where, you want those creative people to kind of just come up with really good ideas and kind of awe and shock somebody. Now, on the subject of, hey, does it really kill some of the steam? I can definitely see everyone's argument on that. But there's one game on the market that kind of shows us the opposite, which is Minecraft. Minecraft was kind of a preview game on the PC for the longest time, and that's actually where it gained all its steam. And as a matter of fact, its state right now is a constantly evolving product, right? So sometimes you can get that sort of effect when you have something in a more of a preview program sort of state. So there is that positive I think a lot of people overlook as well.
All right. Well, all right. Now, with everything all said and done, all right. The pros out there, the cons out there. Now, what do you guys think about the preview program as a whole? Is it something that should be developed and pushed forward, and should they continue to be, to put these games in there? And if so, should they have any type of like kind of like stringent guidelines when it comes to the development and the timetable? All right. So again, Crap, what do you think? Do you think they should move forward with this? I know you like the choices, you like the options. I definitely get that. I do as well. But I have to ask this question. Do you think that they should move forward, and do you think they should put kind of strict guidelines in terms of the development process?
I don't know. I don't think you can rush indie developers because this is a small team in particular. You know what I mean? I think you just got to let them kind of do their thing. As soon as they get a little, I think it also helps fund the game as well a little bit. So I think, it's interesting because I like those Telltale games a lot, right? Like and you know why I like, part of the reason I like them because they do $5 a hit, right? That's like cool. You got something to do for like 2-3 hours, and you know what I mean. Like I like those, and you're actually helping to, like, I guess, fund the rest of the games or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I like that, so I don't mind it. I don't really think that there should be too many rules put it into it. I think again that it's just one of those things where if you're into it, then get it. If not, then don't. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's not really much more I could say to people.
Yeah.
Like people ask me, hey, is it worth getting? And I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like we're all different. So I think that it's on all of us. If you're really against it or something, or you want to wait, then you can wait. You know what I mean? But like for me, I don't know if I would have paid $30 for it, but I definitely think that it's worthwhile. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you thought it was gonna be like a bunch of gameplay like what you saw at E3, it's not that. You know what I mean? It's definitely not all that. So yeah.
Well, I mean, I just want to pose this question because, like I said, there's been a lot of I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen it like in the chats on the different podcasts I've been in, and it seems like people are on the fence on whether or not game preview is a good thing. All right, I look at it as a good thing. I know you're taking a chance. I like taking risks. A game like We Happy Few was right down my alley. It's stuff that like I've looked into over the years growing up and stuff like that with the book like 1984, all that good stuff. So it was something I knew I wanted to get. There's a bunch of people out there that don't look into stuff as well though. And they don't look into stuff, and they have fat wallets, and before you know it, they've spent their money on a bunch of stupid stuff. So it just seemed like there was that question out there on like whether or not game preview was worth it. So I figured like we would definitely tackle this. So oh snaps, with everything said and done, the pros, the cons, everything. Do you like where game preview is going? Do you want to see it evolve? And if you do want to see it evolve, do you think they should be maybe a little stricter with the developers on the I don't know, the development cycle? Because if you look at Ark has been in game preview for forever, it feels like. So,
Yes, it has.
So what do you think about this? Should they keep going, and should they make it stricter?
I'm all for it. I think that the prices are a little eccentric when, you know, it is in preview. Basically, you're supposed to give them feedback, so you're paying to kind of help them out in a sense. So I think that the prices could go down, and they certainly really need to be a little bit stricter when it comes to time frames, or at least have, you know, a certain portion of it completed by a certain time. That would be really great. But I definitely like the preview, you know, because I was really excited to play We Happy Few, and I still like it. I'm not mad.
I got you. Yo, Newark, what do you think? Should they keep going with the game preview? And if so, should they make it stricter, or should they just keep evolving it the way it is?
I'm satisfied with it. I think they should keep
Nice.
evolving it the way it is, because like, there's nothing wrong with previewing the game before it releases to the public. But just as long as they be straightforward what their goals is, because a lot of times, like with a preview games, they even tell you that someone might not ever launch. They might not ever finish the game. So just be more open. But I think they're doing a good job with preview.
I got you. Now we'll definitely hit up Don here, because even with his negative, he decided to bring in a positive as well. So I'm interested to hear him say should we keep going with the game preview? Do you like where it's going? Should they kind of make it like stricter in terms of development cycle, or and I know I'm talking to a developer here, so this is going to be interesting. What do you think, man?
Yeah, you always put me on that pedestal, right? I don't think the time frame thing is, something you can enforce, right? A game's done when it's done. Especially with these smaller studios where they're less experienced or the teams are relatively newer, you just can't expect them to be the well-oiled machine like Call of Duty is, and it comes out every, the development teams every 3 years, and they got it on the money on the right
Call of
month,
Duty,
right?
You said well-oiled machine, but how old is that engine that they're building those games on?
Well, it's the same game,
Yeah.
right? But that's my point, right?
My
It's the
bad,
same
Crap,
game
for
over and
that,
over
but
again.
I had to
Endless
say it.
money. Yeah, but these smaller studios don't have endless money. They can't just throw stuff at it. They're trying new ideas. It takes a while, and so sometimes to kind of iron those things out, you just can't expect the same time frame in regards to that, and it's a risk the developer is taking on taking too long or releasing it on preview too early. Is the other one. I really think the gatekeepers on this is Microsoft. They have to be very choosy in what they put on there, in order to kind of keep the program alive. And I trust they know what they're doing on this sort of thing, so I'm not really that worried about it. And I don't really think it's a good solution for every developer. I think it has to be a good marriage before everyone takes that leap. So
I got you. Yo, big shout out to Sobsky. Yo, the chat, man, everybody, I absolutely appreciate everybody watching right now, and of course the chat is very opinionated. One of them actually caught my eye. Sobsky basically tried to say, if I had the chance to watch a half-finished version of Captain America: Civil War without the ending, half a year before full release for cheaper, he's like, I definitely wouldn't have. I do have a question for Sobsky, so Sobsky, definitely hit up the chat after I ask this to you. Now, what if your feedback would determine the ending, though? What if your feedback was taken in by these movie directors, and they would think about what you were saying and try to improve the game, like improve the movie for its release? What would you think about then? Going to see it for cheaper and letting your voice actually mean something in the development of that movie. So I definitely, I'm interested to see what you would say, man. But let's see, who do we got next here? Foos, let me know, man. Game preview. Should they keep going with the way it is? Should they lock it down, or should they get away with it completely? Like, and when I say lock it down, I mean kind of be a little stricter with the devs.
I say keep it. You know, it just like Crap said, it's an option. I'm all for options, so it's not something I have to do. And you know, if I do want to try it out, I can go pick it up. So definitely keep it. Let's see it evolve. Maybe.
I got you, man. Dude, I'm in the boat with you. I don't even want to make it stricter. Like, you know before time, like, especially, you know, anybody who follows gaming news and stuff like that, you know that delays are going to happen, stuff like that is going to happen. You're dealing with smaller teams working on games, and they're being creative. Like, We Happy Few, to me, is a very creative game, and like Crap says, has a lot of potential. I love the atmosphere. They're actually, in the first update, they're adding in more dialogue, which is actually one of the setbacks I had in terms of the AI that was around town. I was like, man, five guys, and they all say the same thing. But that's the early build of the game, and they're adding in dialogue. Right. They're actually changing the map on the very first update. So you can see this game evolve. Now, in terms of the game's official release, I think that's probably the only problem with game preview, because I just don't see the hype. Like, the closer Ark gets, and there's a lot of people who like the Ark game, and they talk about it, and they play it, and stuff like that, but I just don't see the hype from the people who didn't get into the preview for it. So the closer it gets to release, you expect to see kind of like that wave of people who are interested in the game, and I don't see that right now. So I think that could possibly be the downside to game preview, but I definitely think the pros outweigh the cons. So, yo, good job, Microsoft, for seeing what they're doing on PC and kind of bringing it to console, but in a more structured way. Because I believe, I think it was Crap that said about Steam, or it could have been K-Mega. I'm not too sure which one, but Steam pretty much lets everybody and their grandmother, you know, come into game preview, which really waters down that feature and that option. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right. But, yo, guys, we're pretty much through the list right now. It's actually perfect timing because we have 4 minutes until the Shop podcast. Anybody that follows me on Twitter, I have deemed Saturday as the Gamers Block. It's a very unique time every week. You know, you have the next podcast kicking off Gamers Block. You have the Shop podcast, which is right after this one. It starts in 4 minutes. PTK Blam, GKB, Predator, Brutal, all quality guys, intelligent gamers. It's a great show. And then right after that, we have Game Time with GKB and She-Wolf, which is Battlefield 4, right? Right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be Battlefield 4. I'm going to be, because I've never really played that online, so I'm going to be really shitty at it. So, yeah, you guys should, like,
You're going to be hiding on a mountain eating a sandwich, remember?
Exactly. I'm definitely not going to be running and gunning or anything like that, man. I gotta, people are going to be like, hey, Crap, how'd you get a 0-0 score? Because I'm elite, that's why.
Yeah, stream it.
That's why.
That's why.
But yeah, like I said, like throughout the week, I know there's podcasts throughout the week, and there's a lot of quality podcasts. Of course, Crap with Xbox Nation on Wednesdays. We have TXR on Mondays. We have Four Guys with Quarters on Thursday. Of course, we have Console Corner on Tuesday. Like, there's a bunch of real quality podcasts out there. But I think Saturday is really unique because you have that block that I kind of say is for the real gamers. You know, you got these two podcasts, you know, filled with you know, intelligent people that love talking about gaming news, games and stuff like that. And then you have that kickback and hang out with Crap and GKB. I've been trying to get into the party last couple weeks, but unfortunately I've been running late, and the chat just fills up so quickly. So I I haven't been able to get in the last couple of times, but it's such a unique time. You know, Saturdays I really feel it's a special time throughout the week when it comes to gamers, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. So you know, with that being said, we got to go down the line here, and get in our plugs, the stuff we've been doing. Where people can talk to you guys and stuff like that. So I do want to start with our special guest. For people who don't know him out there, we definitely want to let people know where they can get a hold of you, where they can see your content, and pretty much what you've been up to lately, man. So Crapgamer, what's the deal?
Well, you can guys check me out on Twitter at @the_Crapgamer. That's where I respond to people. I don't really check the comments on YouTube anymore. So Crapgamer, and let's see. You can check out Crapgamer reviews. I do daily gaming content, and Xbox Live. I invite everybody to follow me there. MOH Space Crapgamer. I'm working on 5,000 followers on there, so make sure you guys hit me up on there and follow me out there. I do BGST on Sundays at 7, Xbox Nation on Wednesdays at 8, and Crossfire on Fridays at 6. So, yeah, there's a lot of podcasting to be done each and every week, and I'm happy to do it. And thank you guys for letting me, come on this show. It was a fucking really good time.
Nice.
Sure.
Awesome, dude. And you get extra points for just being able to say everything like that on the top of your head, man. That absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I don't work with scripts, man.
For sure.
I call it the Jay-Z of YouTube gaming, where you just go right off the top of your head and you get everything down first take. Especially 448 on my name, dude. Yo, Crap, it's an absolute pleasure, dude. I know you probably hear this anywhere you go for podcasts, but dude, next podcast is an open door. Whenever you feel like it, man, you can join us anytime. It was an absolute blast, man.
Oh man, no problem, man. I really appreciate it. It was really fun, like kicking it with you guys, and you kept it, pretty much on point, and everybody really chipped in. It's like a really good group of people, so it definitely makes it much easier to do a podcast if people know what the hell they're doing. Sometimes you'll do a podcast or whatever, and people just like, it's just like, get me the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Trust me, man. I know the feeling. I know probably not as much as you, but I've been there a couple times, man.
Yeah.
All right. K-Mega405, man, what have you been up to lately? Where can people see your content, and how can they get a hold of you, man?
Man, I've been working my ass off during the hot season.
Dude.
But man, you want to check out my videos, my content, just check out K-Mega405 on Twitter, at K-Mega4, and just check out the crew from Intromedia Gaming. I'm also with B Shadows and Rain. We do a podcast called Gamers United, and then I also do a sports podcast with King Dre and a couple other guys, and that's called the Sports Recap. So, and then I guess Next Gen wants me to come on to his podcast on Thursday. So, man, it just seems like I'm gonna have an easy slate. Plus, doing this, and this is my favorite podcast, man. I just love doing it with these guys. So, man, it's just always awesome, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Everybody watching it. Yep.
Definitely appreciate it. Dude, yo, you getting in with Zaire on those couple podcasts, man. Well, from what I saw, because O Snaps was actually on Mooch's basically kind of like a ladies' night, Mooch's interviews volume 1, like you said, like he's from Motown. But his volume 1, yo, you were on Zaire's channel or Next Gen's channel at the exact same time, and I was bouncing back and forth, and every time I heard you, man, you were spot on that thing. You did a really good job, dude.
I mean, I appreciate it, man. I just try to get my name out there, man. Try to get them sub counts up, and but I appreciate all the support and the love that I'm getting. So, and again, happy that Crap has come on and jumped onto our little show and just giving it some more popularity, man. It's just great.
Nice. Yo, Foos, I know you got a long list of stuff, man. So let us know where can we get a hold of you? Have you done anything in terms of videos on your channel? Just let us know what's going on, man.
Dude, I am slacking so hard, and I'm sorry. I've been kind of busy these past couple weeks, really. Not only with gaming, which I've actually been able to do a little bit of, but I've had a lot of work-related issues coming up. You know, I work at a place where I deal with a bunch of apartments that I run, so it's been pretty busy here.
I got
Lots
you.
of air conditioning issues with the heat and all that, so I haven't really been able to get the YouTube stuff out, but I'm hoping I can. But you can definitely catch me on Twitter at Fooskies1 and check me out on Xbox. Fooskies.
Nice, dude. All right, yo, Newark, man, it's been a little while, dude. Let us know what you've been up to. Let people know where they could get a hold of you, man. It's really good to have you back. So, yeah, just let everybody know, dude.
Been real busy lately. It was a crazy week for me. It was a good thing I was able to get my gameplay up today before I had to step back out. Y'all can find me on Twitter at NewarkNJ360, and that's also my gamer tag. And also come check out the Facebook group Xbox News for Xbox Gamers.
Nice, man. All right, Don, you've had a couple new things come out, man. Why don't you tell everybody what you've been up to, and of course, let people know where they can find you, dude.
Yeah, let's start with the same old, same old. You can find most of my information on thenextpodcast.com, or if you want to contact me directly, it's let_Don_dev on Twitter. My portfolio is on there, so you can see what graphic stuff I do, kind of see the real deal sort of thing on there. On the flip side, there's been some requests to start a YouTube channel. Didn't really have any desire to do that. But I got a little bit of a fan base that's been pushing me to do it. So that went live, what was it, Thursday morning? I don't know. I was totally flying by the seat of my pants when I did it. But yeah, it's called Happy Little Polygons is the channel. It's mostly about 3D graphic work, that sort of thing, but it does relate to games.
Mhm.
I think the first subject I covered was HDR.
Yes.
And I tried to kind of break it down to a real simple form, use some visual aids within 3D to kind of, so people can kind of like wrap their head around it, because it's hard to explain something you kind of have to see for yourself, right?
Mhm.
And it is a buzzword going on right now. It is something it's important for everyone to kind of know, because it is a huge feature of the Xbox One S, especially when you have fans on either side trying to compare numbers. We're talking billions in the color spectrum when you talk about HDR. So I try to break it down the simplest way I knew how for everyone, and hopefully they can have fun and check it out.
Yeah, no, it was a cool. You kind of did a live stream. You went in. It was really no nonsense. You showed what you had to show. You explained what you had to explain. It came out. I came out with a better picture of HDR, and I think whoever has watched the video since has probably, had the same result. And it's good to have somebody who is in the industry, who is in the know, that can come out and actually, explain these things like that. And I think you did a really good job on that video, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I was just excited to get 5 views, and to be honest with you, I got 20 on my first day, so I'm a little overwhelmed and a little surprised by that. So as long as I can reach the audience that actually wants to see that content, that's all that really matters. So.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, man, your knowledge and your personality put together, like I can definitely see that channel. Like if you want to keep going with it, that channel is definitely gonna grow, man.
Oh, thank you.
No doubt, man. And last but not least, people on Twitter know her as my better half. I know her as the first lady of Next Podcast and just a complete pain in the ass.
That's my goal.
Oh snap suckers, like what have you been up to? Where can people get a hold of you? Get in contact with you? Just let everybody know what you've been doing.
I got this, okay?
I like saying it though.
I know, but see, you already ruined part of it, and I was like, ugh. So I joined Pooch's Ladies of Gaming Volume 1 on Thursday. Everybody should really check it out. There was a bunch of great lady gamers on there, and it was a really cool talk. I can't even talk anymore. I'm tired. It was super fun, and I was having an anxiety attack here and there, so it was a really great podcast, and I love doing it, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy watching. And as far as plugs, you guys can find me on Twitter at girlscangame22, thenextpodcast.com. You can find everybody's info there that's in this podcast. You'll see our special guests on there as well. You can find me on the Discord app. I started using that today. It's pretty freaking awesome. My username on there is osnapsuckas with a space between snap and suckas. And last but not least is something I'm really super excited about because I've been working on it, well, really brainstorming about it for a while now. So a couple episodes ago, really, I talked about possibly doing a podcast in the chat. I didn't really bring it up too much in the podcast itself. But starting Monday night, and as of right now, it's going to be a bi-weekly thing. We are going to be doing an Xbox community hangout. Some of the people who are going to be on are actually in the chat right now, but I'm going to let you guys know who that is tomorrow in my week in review if you guys are curious. Really excited about it, and they're really excited about it. So we're just going to kind of kick back, talk about what they're up to, things that they like, they dislike, everything within the community. The kids are super loud here tonight. You hear them, right?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was through the headset or just literally right in the next room. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a little distracting. But yeah, so we're going to try that out bi-weekly. I'm thinking 6 o'clock on Monday nights every other week. We'll see how it goes. And, if you guys like it, we'll do more. Not really sure. But, they're great people in the community. They're always supporting all our podcasts. So it'd be cool to hear from some of them other than on, like, Twitter and things like that. So I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys really enjoy the show.
That sounds awesome. And one of the benefits with being OSNAP's other half is I already know a few of the names. But it sounds like it's going to be a really cool show. It sounds really laid back. It sounds like it could definitely have a spot, like, as a show. I'm really excited for it. I can't wait to see I can't wait to see it. Basically, I want to see what's going on. I like that laid back mannerism. It's a really cool idea.
It's going to be very chill, and make sure you guys check out my week in review if you want to know who is in it tomorrow.
Beautiful. All right, guys. As usual, we went over 8 o'clock. I got to get over to the Shop Podcast. I want to see what these guys are talking about over there. I highly suggest you guys do the same. The first part of the Gamers Block is officially over. Thank you guys for showing up live, for taking part in the chat. We really appreciate everybody that comes through and checks out our podcast. Like I always say, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be doing what we do. You guys power us to do more, to reach further, and I will forever appreciate that from you guys. As usual, have a great weekend. Hopefully I can see you guys over at the shop, in the chat. I got to do a couple things before time, but I usually get in there and I usually get to see a good chunk of the show. Hopefully, we'll see the rest of the panel in there. And Crap, as usual, dude, it's been an absolute blast talking games with you. I appreciate you coming on. And whenever you want to come on again, man, you are more than welcome, dude.
I appreciate it, man. Good stuff, man. I appreciate it, and hopefully maybe see you guys tonight on Battlefield 4.
Yeah, I don't have it, but I want to get in the chat and say hi and all that good stuff. But I don't have Battlefield 4.
Dude, you guys need to pick up. Neither do I. I just have EA Access, so it's like, you know what I mean. It's one of the games
snaps.
on there. So.
Oh snaps! EA Access. What happened there? Oh snaps.
Yeah.
Oh snaps.
Remember, I told you I
can
could hook you up. I could hook you up for $3, man, for the month. I told you.
There you go.
So
yeah, it's
$5 installing now though.
It's $5 a month, yeah, but that game did take me forever to install. Like
I do have an elite. I have an elite console. It makes it faster, but I'm not sure how much faster. Either way, I'm definitely gonna try to get into the chat. I love just like kind of shooting the shit with everybody that's in there. Dude, it's an absolute blast, yo. But yeah, guys,
hell yeah.
Have a great weekend. Hopefully we'll see you at the Shop Podcast later on at Game Time with GKB and She-Wolf. But yeah, thanks for coming, and we